And you know, I'm not here to prove anything to anybody. I've made it very clear that when I started, I'm just here to be another voice to say this stuff's true. I didn't just pop out whenever we're going through this pandemic where people are, you know, at home all the time and trying to manipulate that. I talked about making a program, but I still haven't started because I'm a procrastinator to the core. Fuck. So I'm not trying to sell anything to anybody. I'm not, you know, I've said it many times. If you download, you download. If you don't, you don't. If you fucking can do whatever you want to my videos and my shit. I'm not here to make the money off this shit. If the money comes in, that's great. I like saying this stuff just to say this stuff. I'm not trying to get hits. I'm not trying to get views. I'm not trying to make a dime off of this. I don't really give two shits. Like I just said, sorry, I just told my wife there was a bike, crotch rocket bike. I don't know. I think it was a Yamaha. It wasn't 1,000 cc's. It wasn't like it was a ninja style, but I don't know. I didn't see the word ninja. Anyways, for sale. It's probably, you know, within my price range. So I told my wife when we were driving by, I'm like, fuck, until there's all this corona shit happened. I'm like, that was my plan. She's like, what? I'm like, well, I know you don't believe in whatever. You think everything's just coincidence, but I'm like, this is why I haven't been doing Money Magic, or one of the reasons. I mean, I've been really fucking focusing on self-transformation, you know, and so I can get up a few levels before I just keep trying to manifest money, and it takes forever, and then I get down on myself, and then I waste all that time trying to manifest one fucking thing instead of getting a bunch of self-transformation done, and then the manifestation happens faster. But anyways, the other reason was that come summertime, I wanted to buy a fucking crotch rocket. This way you could have the car, and if I had to go to work and back or just do my fucking things, I could just do my things on my fucking bike, and then get my little break and drive around, and you know, have a little sense of freedom. And I've always liked their bikes. I've always liked fucking motorcycles. I've always liked BMX, you know. But anyways, I said, now that the corona shit happened, I'm like, there's really no point to doing that, and I'm not in any fear or lack or in scarcity, I guess would be the word. I'm in abundance. I try to be as in abundance as possible. Because, you know, you first have to empty your cup completely. Because if you think your cup's already full, if you think you already have all the knowledge within, if you think you already know everything, on how can anything come inside you? And more than that, if your knowledge is built on this old system, well, then the shit your cup's filled with, it's got like, you can't mix, it won't mix well with the stuff you need to put in there. What I'm trying to say is, you know, the cup is the sign of their emotions, and you know, the sign of abundance is not necessarily the pentacle. It's actually the cup in tarot. It's the wall. It's the cup. The female, one of the female. The Earth is also female, but regardless, though, the cup, you have to empty out. What is emptying out? Well, that's emptying out your fucking programming, your old shit that you believed that you thought was real. You break down those walls, that programming. Once you're empty, you're an empty vessel, then you get filled up. The Divine Venus, Alyssa there, she talks about how women are the divine and all that, and I mean, she's probably absolutely right. But the way I interpret it is like that. We all have to become that version of the divine, of the female, the divine female, which is, we are all the cups. And because for so long we've had all this bullshit programming put into us, okay, we're full of bullshit belief systems, BS, okay, that we have to remove all those out of our fucking vessel, out of our cup, so that we can refill it with what's supposed to be there now, or the new ones that we want. If we want abundance, we can have it. We don't have to sit on welfare if we can't work. We don't have to work a job we fucking hate. We don't have to sacrifice everything. You have to sacrifice some things. I mean, you can't just not sacrifice and get and not give a goddamn thing. It don't work like that. I hate to tell anybody who says that. It's not just like that. But you can choose what you want to happen and work towards it, and sacrifice to the right people and to the right fucking things and to the right whatever. Whether it's a group you're trying to help and to be ahead of that group, to teach that group, whether it's whatever it is you're trying to do, there's circumstances, there's shit circling that, and to get into that community, to be part of that community, to, you know, if that's online, If you want to do something like, podcast or become popular on YouTube or teach people or something like that, well, what do you got to do? You got to start serving the people that you want to eventually watch you. You start making the fucking videos, make the fucking podcast, maybe make a program, maybe start writing a fucking book, do something and start serving them. But just to say I want to do that and keep manifesting without making a channel or start making content is just silly. How is the stuff going to come out you to teach if you don't start it, right? So that's just an example, and it's just because that's kind of like the way I'm going. But once again, I'm not doing it to make money, but in the same sense, it is what it is. I know that if you teach and you teach something that is worth something, well then it's going to get paid back forward to you. Whether that's in the form of actually making money on YouTube via whatever people fucking buying something that I'm selling, or paid subscription service or something like that, or if it's in my regular, like I said before, I've been doing this podcast now for, I don't know, 6 to 8 months, I think. And actually, it'll probably be a year in June, I think it is. And I mean, I could be wrong, but I'd have to check. But anyways, point is, my life's been okay. I've had its up and downs. We had some good times, some bad times, but we've never been without. And I've only been working since September, in the last like 3 fucking years. So between the manifestations that I've done myself that I'm aware of, and the manifestations of money and me being kept okay and shit like that, by maybe giving something of value and then it returning to me, and not having to worry about certain bills, other bills disappearing, other bills getting paid whenever no one's claimed payment of them, to all these weird things that have happened. Maybe that's the way I'm getting paid back right now. Therefore, that's why I always say I don't really worry about the downloads or the fucking subscriptions or the followers, because everything seems to work out. I want something, I get it, like besides maybe the fucking motorcycle that I was just talking about, but besides that, like every time I want something, there's a $149 fucking sword at the pawn shop and I bought it the other day, and then to some people $149 isn't a lot. To me, that's enough money that it's not something I can normally just go somewhere and spend on something, right? We generally have that money in the bank, but it's really not available for that level. For me and my wife, we're more like $40 to $60 impulsive buys is our price range, which is probably still too much to do, in my opinion. I'm kind of like a $20 impulsive, but the $149 sword was it's fucking sick, man, and I wanted it, I had to have it, so got it. It is what it is. Now I don't have to use my machete for that other shit I was talking about, demonic evocation and all that, which, like I said, I don't really fuck with that shit, but sometimes you gotta fuck with demons. I don't know what to tell you about that. I want this sword just to put over top my temple and bless it, and, it is what it is. It's nice to have a sword, but anyways, I'm off the topic. I don't even know what the topic is. Oh yeah, gurus and magical shits. The book I promote, and not because I'm getting a kickback or anything like that. Fucking, I didn't even pay for it. But the Great Work of Self-Transformation by Liam Thomas Christopher, Kabbalah. It's a great book. There's a lot of power in Kabbalah, period, because Judaism, the ones that study the Tarot, or the Torah, which Torah. In tarot, the word Torah appears with the high priestess, which is a symbol of the moon, by the way, and it's not actually the moon card for anybody out there. I was curious. And where's the moon? Well, it's at the goddess's fucking feet. And what is she between the two pillars? The pillar of Yakin and the pillar of Boaz. That, my friends, is Kabbalah. That is what the book Kabbalah and the Great Work of Self-Transformation teaches. This tree of life shit. The tree of life is in between those two pillars, and there is a middle pillar that goes up the center, and you have to go up all the Sephiroth, and that's what this book teaches you, how to use the Sephiroths properly. And through the Sephiroths opening, you can open your different channels of energy. This is one of the reasons I do Microcosmic Orbit in conjunction with just the middle pillar exercises and lesser banishing, because the microcosmic orbit has 12 energy centers we have to open. Okay, what's 12? Well, it's the 2 fucking pillars plus the 10 Sephiroth. That's how I view it. That's how I view it. Now, well, how would that react in your body? Well, on your body, you can look at all your energy centers that you see there in your body. And you can maybe look at your 2 poles, as in 2 fucking legs, and your 2 arms would be part of your 2 poles, basically, coming up. Not necessarily, but you know, it is. This is just a way to perceive it. Okay, you don't have to take this as gospel or fucking the word of God or anything like that. I'm just explaining to you just a way to conceptualize it. Okay, but and then you know anyways, if you ever did the microcosmic orbit, you hear what he says, you hear where all the energy centers are. It's not hard to put this in perspective when you do it. And it's a great way to channel energy for anything from fucking thought forms to just being able to do manifestation. In my opinion, microcosmic orbit, if you're doing that, and the way I do it is I put on the microcosmic orbit it's on my playlist if you look at my channel on YouTube, but I listen to that bitch, okay? Sometimes I just start it right where he starts with the lower Dantian, D-A-N-T-I-O-N. The Dantian is what, I don't know. Anyways, but that's where your ki, your chi, your ki, Q-Y or C-H-I, which some people call it chi, but it's ki even though it's C-H, and it's ki if it's Q-I. But anyways, your chi or your ki. That's where it comes from. From there, you release it down to your sacral, and then down to your, it's called, I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically in line with your root chakra, and then you go down to your feet after your root chakra, which would be your Earth Star chakra. It takes that into account, but so does the fucking middle pillar, because the last words you say with the middle pillar, you should be visualizing your feet in the ground and the circle being above and below the ground. And you're going to say, well, how is that possible whenever you're supposed to be in the astral plane? Well, you're supposed to be in the astral plane when you do your Kabbalistic cross there, and then when you do your lesser banishing, okay? But I've made it very clear on podcasts and all that if I'm doing a lesser banishing in somebody's bedroom, like one of my child's bedrooms, I do it there. But I visualize myself, like my higher self, my soul, being in the astral, and me being in real time in that person's room at the same time. So it's a little harder to do because you got to have like a double split screen in your fucking mind of you once in the astral and then you once in real time. But this is another way to do what I just said. If you need to, if you want to picture your feet in the ground, you want to get that Earth Star chakra opened up, which brings up the energy once your root's open. But even if your root's not open, it's still a good thing to do. Either way, if you're doing the middle pillar and doing the lesser banishing, your fucking your Earth Star chakra's open and your root's open. You could be still unbalanced, you could still have issues there, but it's open nonetheless, and you're on your way. And that's, being open is better. Being open and unbalanced is better than being closed off and fucking, not open at all. So give yourself a pat in the back. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't fucking think as other people say shit that they're more advanced than you. If you're feeling like you're not as advanced as you should be, well, do something about that. Show your mind that no, you are more advanced. Look at stuff that makes you feel good for a little bit. Get yourself in a good mood. Maybe eat some chocolate. Open up your mind a little bit there. The chocolate makes your mind more like plastic. Probably the reason why sugar's in everything. It's easier to mind fuck us all if we have sugar in us. This has been proven that chocolate, especially dark chocolate, but chocolate in general, dark chocolate's good for your brain versus regular chocolate is better for mind fucking us. But you want to you give a girl some fucking chocolate and shit like that, and she'll start hanging off your words a little bit better, anything is like that. It's chocolate. Giving people hugs, opens up fucking the same things. It makes you, give someone a hug and then start talking to them. They're more involved in your conversation than if you just like wave. Anyways, this is stuff I already went over and I don't want to go over it again. But I guess the point I was trying to get at was, I don't even remember the fucking point now. Oh yeah, watch out for all the gurus. Be your own fucking guru, okay? Come out here not trying to be a guru and trying to tell people what to do, but just trying to help other people by saying the things that you did right and that worked well for you. Anyways, I think that's all. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit when I do the next one.